Hello, my name's Case. This is Drumline. This is Max. Come see us at Grasshopper. Bar no, this is Aaron.
What's up? Come see Xiao or come see Drumline.
Yeah, being part of the Grasshopper cast and being part of the Grasshopper crew is worlds apart. It's very gratifying to be part of the Grasshopper cast because it lets us give the crew a platform, and for me that was the best part, far and away. That's what made the whole thing worth it, but it's much more difficult.
It's probably one of the most intensive shows I've ever worked on in terms of teching, especially since it's not just one cast that like already knows each other and like knows the performance like unified. Since it's a bunch of groups and like individuals performing like separate performances in a bigger production, it's a lot of people to organize, and it's a lot of different directions that different acts are going in, so that makes it like a really intensive experience. Yeah, but it ends up being really rewarding in the end.
So we started planning all the way back in July. We had a couple Zooms, getting started on scheduling, coming up with themes. We wanted to make sure that we could announce the theme relatively early on in the summer so that groups could get started thinking about what their auditions were going to look like. Once we got back to campus, it was really hitting the ground running. We started pretty soon to start to spread the word about auditions and everything, and we had some pretty long audition days. We deliberated, came up with our act list, and then from there it was just a matter of checking in. We broke up the 13 acts in the show, 14 including the transitions and 15 including our welcoming hype man. So we split them up between the 7 of us.
Usually we have had MCs. This year we opted instead to have pianists perform in between some of the acts that needed longer transitions. For example, if there was a band that needed to set up or come off, we would just bring the curtain down, have a pianist play, and then bring the curtain back up. And that was something I heard a lot of people liked, so I think it was something that went very well with this year's theme and production. I remember it being Alicia's idea, and it worked very well. Yeah.
Once we decided on that, we each had like 2 like groups that we would like advise, so to say. So like we'd be like the point people for those groups, which we would like work more closely with throughout the whole process until Grasshopper, like until the show. Just help them with like, you know, check-ins and like seeing like how far, like I don't know, like for example for dance groups, like how far like choreographically they've gotten, and then just like give advice on like improvements and costuming, lighting, etc. And then we had Tech Week, which was also pretty stressful. We had like 8 hours on Sunday straight of tech, and then like Monday through Wednesday we had like 3 hours each day, and then like that was just like times for like groups to come in. They could like practice on stage, like do formations, and also do obviously like lighting and costuming. That was a big part. And then like Thursday we had the senior faculty show, and then Friday, Saturday we both had like 2 shows on those days. Yeah, so that was like the general process.
And so coming into Grasshopper this year, it was very, very important to me to make it the very, very best it could be, especially since we hadn't had a performance of that scale in like 18 months, and since half of the school had never been to an in-person Grasshopper. I was really, really excited to get the chance to kind of put together a show that reflected the entire community and that got everybody excited, and that really that got me excited as well, because I think that I tried to constantly keep myself in the shoes of an audience member and be like, what did I appreciate most? What did I look forward to when I went to past Grasshoppers? And I really tried. And I know me and the producers, and the muses, we really did our very best to make sure that it was a show that the entire community could be proud of.
We decided on Extravagance mostly because we felt it was a really great theme for this year, because, you know, coming back to campus, coming out big and loud, and, you know, coming back with a bang, we thought that Extravagance would be the best theme. this year.
Everyone would like look good, be confident, that kind of stuff. And like we were thinking of like, you know, like the 1920s, that was like, you know, the new razzle dazzle, like the roaring 20s was like a huge thing. And then now like with the 2020s, like with COVID and everything, it's kind of like a different type of 20s. And I think we wanted like this year's Grasshopper to kind of represent like what the 1920s were, but with like a 2020 spin, and like also be more like culturally inclusive, and like be more diverse, and like show the different aspects of like the 20s, both 1920s and 2020s, from a culturally diverse perspective. And yeah, and just we wanted everyone to have fun, feel confident, feel good.
Getting to like bond with the groups as well, and helping them kind of bring their vision to life. I think that was really our biggest role, was just making sure that they had a kind of like platform and the tech around them that could support them to make their act the very best it could be.
Grasshopper is always a space to appreciate what artists, and especially like performing artists on this campus, can do. I think it's very much a space where we can appreciate one another. It's always like every year it's a time where like we cheer as loud as we can, and we just like embrace what other people can do.
I think especially like a lot of the lower classmen, because this is their like first Grasshopper ever, they like look up to us a lot, and I know that like during the shows and stuff, during rehearsals, they like just like walked up to us and would like admire us, and like, you know, that I think that like of course we like mentored like the individual groups, but I think that like we were also kind of like a role model to like a lot of the younger students as well, and just to like help them see like what they can do in the dance and theater department and music department, and just like help them like find their place as well, and also like, you know, performing on stage. Like at the end of the day, we're all performers, you know, that's like our home, that's where we thrive the most. So I think just like creating the opportunity for everyone, and like helping everyone like also realize their own potential and help them like reach their full potential is like very rewarding.